Hi guys, Tugu here with a new video, and this video I want to talk about Cataclysm Classic. And yes, this scenery is way different than retail, and I did make a video about retail that I was done with Dragonflight because I feel like it is purely filler, and that's true. There is nothing new going on for Dragonflight. There are a few balance patches here and there, but to be honest, it doesn't really address the problems that they have with classes. I don't think it's like a power level thing. It's more of a some classes need a rework thing for, like, let's say Fuzzy and such. But why Cataclysm Classic? Why am I actually playing Cataclysm Classic, which has the same problems as Dragonflight? It will never change. It is purely one patch and that's it. Well, I'm going to talk about Cataclysm Classic for a bit and let you know that Cataclysm Classic is maybe my second favorite PvP expansion of all time. It depends, really. Mist of Pandaria was like top one. Then it was Cataclysm with Warlords of Draenor. For PvP, PvP only. PvE, I would say it's different, but PvP, those two were very close to each other. And then you had like Shadowlands, Dragonflight, which returned with vendors. Outside of vendors, I would say that BFA and Legion they don't really are that interesting for me because you cannot really buy any PvP pieces, so I didn't like that. But Cataclysm is actually a very good expansion in the sense that classes feel really fun to play, and it is purely because a lot of things that you see on Season of Discovery or on retail are actually coming from Cataclysm as a whole. I'm going to give you a few examples. For example, we have here Eclipse, which is the same as how it works in Dragonflight, but better. Now Dragonflight, if you put two Wraths or two Starfires, you get an Eclipse, and you get like a power level, like a power thing going on for that, and then you're going to do it again and again and again. So you have multiple Eclipses, but they are not that impactful compared to, let's say, the Eclipse from Cataclysm. Whenever you are going into Eclipse as a Cataclysm balanced druid, it's very fun and very reactive. You have also a lot of multiple talents that you can find on the Hunter tree, on the Retribution Paladin tree, even on the Holy Paladin tree, that are really copy-pasted from Cataclysm that you can find in Dragonflight. So class-wise, spec-wise, I feel like it's high fantasy, where if you're playing a Blood Decay, you're really playing a Blood Decay. If you're playing a Frost Decay, you're really playing a Frost Decay. And the power of those specs are very fun to experiment in PvP. Now every single healer got a Dispel, for example, that are going to remove magic effect. For example, Nature's Cure, which is going to remove a magic effect, which is very strong. Again, that's why I didn't like in Wrath. You couldn't really dispel Polymorph, for example, but now you can with this. So it's very, very cool. Or, for example, Fear. So that, but also PvP-wise, you don't need to PvE in Cataclysm. Basically, you can PvP and get the best gear possible because resilience is still BIS. You really don't want to be 0 resilience because you're going to get wrecked. But at later stages of Cataclysm, PvE does overtake with like some legendaries and such. So at that point, yes, PvE becomes a bit more relevant in PvP, unfortunately. But again, by that point, War Within is also out. The reason why I'm playing Cataclysm right now, at least pre-patch and then Cataclysm, is that it is a really cool transition towards War Within because of the time gap. It will start at 20th of May, I think, something like that. And War Within will come out in October, in September, which again, at that point, you have phase 2 or phase 3 of Cataclysm, which again, depending on how fun it is, you stay or you are going to hop on War Within. I personally really like Cataclysm and how it plays. I understand that some people may not like because it is like one patch, about one balance patch, and that's it. But I do feel like Cataclysm is maybe the least discovered expansion, because in private server scenes, for example, you have Wrath of the Lich King servers, you have Vanilla servers, you have TPC servers, but Cataclysm servers you don't really have that many. You have like White Main and such, so not everyone was playing private servers in Cataclysm. So it's quite new. People are like still discovering a few things. You have a lot less videos about Cataclysm, who is strong, who is not strong. It's a lot of speculation, but not really hard data like we had in Wrath of the Lich King. So that's a very good thing as well. So you can still discover a few things. I think you have like 3 or 4 months the time to have fun on Cataclysm. Do whatever you want about Cataclysm. Maybe get a few of your lifelong goals, for example, on Cataclysm, and then you can hop back on War Within. But I do really like how he plays. Also, leveling wise, it is very quick, very fast. You can level it through dungeons. The quests are also updated, so it's not like vanilla where you have to travel to different directions to actually get some levels. Here you can just level through your storylines in Westfall, in Barrens, or whatever you are going to go for. So yeah, I feel like it's the right time to transition to Cataclysm with how Season of Discovery is playing right now, and with how retail is playing right now. There is like a big gap, and I feel like that gap can be filled with Cataclysm. Now, that's not to say that, yes, it has the same problems as Dragonflight, where it is one balance patch. Problems are going to stay how they are, and it is going to be how it is. So if you like Cataclysm or if you don't like Cataclysm, well, that's going to stick. So it depends. But I would say that right now, the barrier to entry is very low. I would invite people to level a character on like Pharma in EU, for example, or Gehennas if you're Horde, or I don't know, Benediction or White Mane, I don't know how it's called, in NA servers. You level a character, and then you can obviously see for yourself if you're going to stick or not. Again, you can level very easily depending on your time, and if you have like free time, you could level in 2 or 3 days. That of course depends on how much time you spend on those games, but you can level very quickly, and then you can decide to play till 85 once the patch is out, and you can just start like getting honor gear and then conquest gear, because now conquest is also something. So you don't have the same problems as before, where you had arena points and you had to basically have calculators to know how many arena points you're going to get. In conquest, it's like in Dragonflight, you're going to get conquest from various activities, and then you can spend those conquests towards your pieces. And I think catch-up mechanics are really present, while in arena points, you couldn't really get the arena points from previous weeks. If you didn't play, it's too bad. But I think with Conquest in Cataclysm, you can buy, you can get Conquest that you didn't gain from previous weeks. So that's actually very good. So that's why I didn't really like Wrath of the Lich King. It feels like if you didn't play like 3 weeks, you're already behind, and you're going to stay behind. So overall, that's the reason why I do want to play Cataclysm. It's not like I'm trying to say like, look, the video I've made about retail, I'm hypocritical and I'm going to change my mind. Right now, I'm not changing my mind. I think that Dragonflight, it is like a chapter being done. I can't wait for War Within. I don't have the alpha, so there is no reason for me to do anything on retail. There is no beta right now as well. There's no discussion that I can make about PvP because we don't have hands-on experience with PvP in War Within. So what's the best next thing for me? Then it's Cataclysm. And then I have like a channel update, I would say. I'm going to cover Cataclysm, I'm going to make guides about it, but I'm also going to try to play different games on the channel to make you discover other horizons outside of the MMO genre. Because again, I think RTSs are like a hidden gem genre that should be revived. Back in the day, it was very popular with Warcraft 3. You had Lord of the Rings, Battle of the Middle-earth, for example. You had StarCraft 1 and 2. I feel like I want to revive it with Age of Empire 4. So I want to make videos about Age of Empire 4. I really enjoy to play that as well. I think I have gathered enough knowledge to talk about a few things from that game. I'm no pro player, but I was never a pro player to begin with. And I think my guides were from like high quality. I'm not going to compare me with other like people, but I do feel like people can learn things from me to a possibility that some players cannot really learn from other pro players, for example, because I tend to explain it into layman's term. I would say LE5, so explain me like I am 5. I do feel like I have that ability at least. So again, thank you for watching this video. It was a really quick update. That is the reason why I do want to play Cataclysm to I'll resume that, I would say. PvP wise, you can stay in PvP forever in Cataclysm and get the best gear. It has conquest instead of arena points, so it means that it is way more fun to grind. You don't have like a time restriction. There is also RBGs, which is also fun if you have a community. I feel like Cataclysm is also one of the best expansions in PvP, and if you haven't discovered Cataclysm for some reason, I think that's the way to go so you can see the early iterations of Dragonflight, because there is a lot of talents from Cataclysm that are really copy-pasted from Cataclysm to Dragonflight, so that's very fun as well. I think class design, spec designs, it's very fun as well. I think every spec kind of has something going on for them. I still remember Affliction Warlocks in Cataclysm, and I think it's way more fun than Dragonflight Affliction Warlock, for example. Fire Mage from Cataclysm is way more fun than Fire Mage in Dragonflight, in my opinion. I feel like Balance Druid in Cataclysm is way more fun than Balance Druid in Dragonflight. I think there are multiple specs I can talk about that. I think, yeah, I mean, if you play Warrior in Cataclysm and then Warrior in Dragonflight, it's day and night in how much you have to do in Cataclysm to be relevant, I would say, as a warrior. And some people don't like the complexity, and some people do like the complexity of those specs. I feel like stance dancing was really a thing, although it kind of died down after Cataclysm. I think in Cataclysm it still had the stance dancing that you wanted also from the game. So again, very fun. And if you want to help with the fun, I am on Firemaw playing Alliance. If you want to play arenas with me, or like even random BGs, I'm open to it. And the same for if you're Horde and you're playing like in Gehennas, we are probably going to fight each other, but it's going to be very fun. Again, thank you for watching this video. Again, thank you for the support. I'm very sorry for the people that do watch my content only for retail content. Don't worry, at one point it will come back. Once I have like War Within beta, or hopefully one day the alpha or whatever, I can then cover things that I am very interested of. But Dragonflight right now, I don't have the right mindset to play something that is for me a filler season. Cataclysm is like a one patch game, but it doesn't feel like filler because it is not filler. It is literally how it is. But in Dragonflight, we all know that it's not going to stay like this. We have like all the perspectives in War Within. We have all the goodies that is going to happen in War Within. But guess what? You have to wait 5 months. And I am not really a waiting guy. I don't want to wait 5 months to have pleasure. I think life is too short to just wait for something to happen. That's why I'm not excited about like Ashes of Creation or whatever game that is going to come out, because it's way too far ahead. I don't want to like... hype is like something I have learned to contain, because it's like, again, I am 29, I don't want to wait 5 months to have pleasure. I want to have pleasure right now. I do feel like Cataclysm can give that to me. I do feel like the games that I'm playing currently, like Age of Empire, can give it to me as well. So again, thank you for watching, thank you for support, and we will catch up probably very soon in the next video. Have a good day, bye.